Alright, hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be previewing the Boston Bruins season this year, and alongside me, as always, is EM Ultra.
Good to
And
be here.
we're just going to start things off hot here. Topic at hand that's really big that just
Uh,
happened this past Saturday is Johnny Boychuk being traded to the New York Islanders.
mm,
Um, Obviously, a very hard trade to swallow because they
yes,
only got draft picks from him.
certainly,
So I mean, I don't
certainly.
know what if you want to how
Oh,
you really feel about this deep down.
I feel that it's a poor trade. Um, I really think that honestly the Bruins have a lot of great defensemen, and I think that's something that the Bruins have over a lot of teams is like a very deep defensive presence. But I think honestly their third best defenseman outside of the Chara Seidenberg pair is Johnny Boychuk.
Yeah,
So to lose Johnny Boychuk is really weird for me because I really felt like he was just as good as you're gonna get. Really good energy guy, had a great slap shot, really good defenseman, always 100% effort. You know what I mean? Good skater too.
right.
Everything you could ever ask for in terms of a defenseman, and I would have much rather seen somebody else go over Johnny Boychuk, whether it was McQuaid, uh, for crying out loud, Chris Kelly, whatever other people
Right.
that we've talked about. I know what the purpose of the move was for some cap space and everything, but still, Boychuk was a guy worth keeping in my opinion.
I think they could have found someone else to
Yeah,
get cut loose.
I'm very disappointed in the move. Honestly.
I was actually, heartbroken by that.
Yeah.
When I found out. I kind of feel like I'm a jinx to that because literally the night before, I was digging through all my Bruins gear, getting ready for the season,
Right.
and then I found my Boychuk. I was been missing it for a while, couple seasons. A
Right.
Stanley Cup Boychuk shirt, and
Hmm.
I ended up finding it, and I was like, oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
And lost just get ready for the season. Then literally I wake up that afternoon or whatever, and he's traded. I'm like, oh well,
Right.
did I
Right.
jinx it? But I mean, the Islanders they got lucky. They got the definitely best part of the deal here.
Oh yeah, by far, in
They
my
got they
opinion.
also signed Nick Liddy on the same day from the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Like,
No, they're
Jesus.
having a good time right now, and I think Brickley put it best by simply saying that the Bruins are weakened without Boychuk. I think
Definitely.
defensively they're gonna be weaker because they have more. You're relying more on young guys to fill the void of no Johnny Boychuk, and that is going to be
He was definitely your
painful.
third best defenseman, I think.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's
I
hard.
mean, now you wonder, do you split Chara and Seidenberg up? Have Chara work with Hamilton because they've been doing that, and
Yeah.
Krug with Seidenberg. I think that that'd be a good pairing, and
It could be.
or you could put the two youngsters, and you can do a lot of things with it. But those are definitely your top
I think
four.
mixing the veterans and young guys in the beginning of the year might be good.
Be good.
But I
Maybe go
mean,
to the playoffs would be good too.
yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Those guys. I mean, I will look at it this way. I mean, even Bartkowski
and
can mentally improve in terms of the way that he plays the game and stops taking stupid penalties. And man, his turnovers were just not great. Like he
yeah,
needs to be better with his passes. But if Bartkowski gets a little bit better, he'll be solid. And if McQuaid can stay healthy, then he'll be solid. And obviously Krug's a good, pretty damn good offensively for a defenseman. And I think Dougie Hamilton's just getting better and better as the years go on. So
I think so too. I think
yeah,
Bartkowski has the potential of being a good
right.
forward.
Oh
Or
yeah,
not forward, a
yeah. I know
defenseman.
I know
Wow.
what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah, wow. Uh, but I think the potential's still there.
oh
The
yeah.
defense is weakened, but I think it's still strong. It's definitely not
It
the
is.
worry spot right now.
I think part of the problem is that they're focusing on who is there, which is good, but it's also could be a potential for issue if people go down as
Yes,
get hurt. You
if
look at Seidenberg, you look at McQuaid, you look at these guys who and Char is not getting any younger.
he's due for an injury.
So you have to think like if these older guys are gonna keep getting hurt, then you're depending on youth even more, and it just kind of becomes a little bit foggy, if you
Yeah,
ask me.
they
You
had
know
no
what I
depth
mean?
after that.
Right. It's all of a sudden that depth is out the
Mazzaros is no
window.
longer there, so
Right.
you know.
Exactly.
I mean, they still have Miller, so I mean that's good.
Yeah, Miller's pretty solid.
But I mean, so it is a little scary, but
Yeah.
who knows? But moving forward, the forwards, that's what I
Mm.
think are, even before this whole trade happened, that's what
Right.
my most worrisome part was. I mean, the top six forwards, solid, not the best, solid.
Right.
You got Bergeron, Riley Smith, Brad
Yeah.
Marchand,
Mm.
uh, Lucic, Krejci, and Erickson.
Yeah.
So, however you want to mix those, whatever, fine.
Yeah,
Erickson obviously needs to step up this year.
big time.
I think we
Huh.
talked about it before
Yes, we
off
did.
camera that he needs to have at least 20 goals to assert himself
I
in this
think
team.
so. He only had 10 last year. Obviously, he was just getting started. You know he's going to improve, but he needs to step up. And the biggest loss, obviously, is of Jerome McGinley. Not only for the fact that he has such a great veteran presence, but also because of the fact that he did give you 30 goals last year on top of that. Now, obviously, you're not going to even necessarily expect that if he was here still. But you love the veteran presence. You love the fact that he is a good goal scorer. He still has it. You know what I mean? He's still a good player despite being in his mid 30s. And you're going to need Erickson, Smith, and I think Marchand and Lucic need to step up too. I mean, I really think that those guys underplayed their true potential last year. I think really out of the six guys, the only one who truly always is consistent is Patrice Bergeron. He is just absolutely the exemplary player for the Boston Bruins, and not only that for the NHL in general. But obviously even like you look at Krejci toward the end of the year, and in the playoffs he was almost non-existent. So you need some of your frontline guys here to start stepping up to the plate. And Marchand and Lucic, I think it's more of an attitude thing than it is anything fucking else. Honestly, these guys just they need to start playing, get the heads out of their asses and start playing, the way that they know how to play because those guys are very good. And
Right.
Marchand can really, really outskate almost anybody. You know what I mean? And he's got great speed, great slap shot, great wrist shot, I should say, as well. And his way to weave through people is unbelievable. But you didn't really see a lot of that. You saw a lot more whiffs, and you saw a lot more frustration, and a lot more bitching and whining and moaning and complaining and flopping from this guy than anything else
Right.
last year. So that's something to think about.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, our top six looks solid. It always has. But then when you get to the bottom six, the third and fourth line, it looks kind of scary.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of question marks. I mean, you still got Kelly, Campbell, and Paille
yeah, the whole
still there.
Marlowe line. Yeah,
But I mean, so you got that, but then you got three open spots,
yeah,
practically three open spots.
hmm
Thorne's no longer there.
yeah.
You know,
They still have Carl Soderberg though, right?
yes, they do
All
actually.
right, that's somebody to,
I
to
actually
to at
forgot
least
about
look
that.
at. I mean, Carl Soderberg's always been pretty solid for them, so that's that. He's a guy to definitely
Yeah,
hang
yeah, I
on to
definitely think he
eventually.
deserves to be on that third line.
He played very well last year,
Him and
so
Erickson, I
yeah,
think it was, had a good connection.
yeah, they did, and so obviously you can look to him to be a guy who can be on the back end of the forward lines, and obviously like you were talking about with Campbell and Paille, those are two guys who really always play
Way well on the fourth line.
very well where they are. And obviously their line mate in Thornton's no longer there, but again Thornton was more just the enforcer,
And
protect
yeah,
the big guys, fight, etc. And he's great as far as a bench
I
presence, but
I think a guy during the preseason they had playing up there in Boston. I
right,
think his name is Bobby Robbins.
uh,
He looked like he can fill that void out for the
yeah.
Bruins this
Well, that
year.
would be great if he
He
can.
has that physical play.
Yeah,
He's actually a bigger build than Thornton, in my opinion,
yeah,
and he's a hard hitter. And I think he could be that enforcer.
yeah. And the Bruins are the big bad Bruins, so you want to have at least one big enforcer. I mean, obviously you have Chara, who's a fucking mountain of a man, and
Right.
McQuaid's still a great fighter too, whenever the hell he's playing. And obviously Lucic can fight too. I mean, they got a lot of guys who are really good fighters, but again, Thornton was the enforcer, and that's why you loved having him. It wasn't for his goal production or anything else like that. It wasn't even about his ice time. It was just about the fact that he was the guy to stand up for the star. And
Exactly.
now maybe this guy can be that for us this year going forward. But again, I don't think Thornton was as big of a loss as say a Boychuk, for
Right.
example,
Yeah. No.
defensively. You know what I
It was
mean?
it
If
was
to
sad, but
compare them,
yeah.
you know,
And
um,
then we still have, I think, we got two more open spots on the forward.
yeah,
Frazier.
yeah,
Obviously.
he'll be potentially fighting for a
Yeah.
spot.
I know Kronz and Cunningham, who's been
Yeah.
playing. So I mean, who knows
As
what they're
much
gonna
as
do?
Karan has disappointed everyone
Yeah.
every single time, uh,
Every year.
I mean, does the guy still have potential? Well, yeah, but I mean, he really hasn't shown much in a
He's had his
Bruins
chances.
uniform.
Let's put it at that.
Yeah, he's been very, very, underwhelming in terms of what he's given us and compared to how highly he was drafted and how much he was maybe going to bring to the table when
Yeah.
he was first here.
I mean, it's definitely interesting to see who they finally, who to put on which line by
Yeah,
Wednesday.
it will
So
be interesting to see how they do that. But I mean, I think the two front lines are
solid.
still good. They're very good. I mean, really, the team both offensively and defensively is pretty damn deep. But the thing is, they need to perform to the level at which we
Right.
know they can, and if they are not going to, the goal production is going to be down, and they're going to lose a decent portion of games because of that.
Right, exactly.
So
I think, as long as, the offense can score goals, which this team has always had a problem scoring goals, doesn't
they
matter who
have,
they have.
they have,
So, you got to hope that they can just continue to,
yeah,
power through it and score goals.
right,
The defenseman can stand up. And we'll move to goalies real quick. Rask went in the Vezina last year. He
yeah,
needs to have a good season, keep
yeah,
them in the
right.
games.
He's still as elite as ever, so I think that they're
Yeah,
really in
definitely.
good shape as far as goaltending goes.
Um, you know, Rask, my opinion, he's is the kind of the glue to the team a little bit
He
because,
really is.
I
Yeah,
mean, for us Bruins fans, we've been so fortunate with goaltending lately.
yeah, that's very
We had
true.
Thomas before him, and
Yeah,
we've always had a good
yeah,
goaltender in net, so we've never had to worry about that.
right.
I feel bad for other teams
I
who
mean,
have
yeah.
been going
I
through
mean,
new goalies,
their goaltending in years past was fucking shit, but I
but
mean,
now it's
you
like,
know,
so, and I
but
mean,
Thomas and Rask have been excellent. So,
when Thomas was there, now
oh
Thomas,
yeah,
who knows what the hell he's doing now,
whatever.
praying the Lord in
But
Denver.
I'll say this much: him when he was so instrumental in winning that cup that it's not even funny.
Yeah,
But yeah, Rask has been fantastic, and he's really come into his own these last couple of seasons. And he proved in 2013 that he can at least go deep. Now, how many times he can go deep is what you're really looking
right.
for in terms of the playoffs. I mean, he does tend to struggle more in the postseason, but during the season, he's very good, and he's a very consistent goaltender, and easily. I mean, some Stiffworth will like to say that he's only a top 10 goalie, not a top 5, but I think it's hard to say he's not a top 5 goaltender in the
Right,
current
especially when he's won
NHL
the
scene.
Vezina, you know.
Exactly. And just his save percentage is fucking ridiculous. His goals against average is great, too. So when you think about all of that,
And
Tuukka Rask is a guy to trust.
now the only thing that worries me about the goalie situation
Yeah.
right now is the backup
The
goalie,
second strings,
the
yeah.
second string goalie.
Yeah.
Because Rask also can't play every single game this
Oh,
year.
of course not. No.
They got rid of Chad Johnson.
Who I liked.
Yeah, I liked him too.
Hmm.
He was a good backup, good second,
Oh,
goalie.
yeah, for sure.
And I was guess what team he went to? The Islanders.
Yeah, I know.
That team is gonna be stacked.
Everyone's joining the island train, yeah.
Yeah, right. Where's my Islanders jersey? No, I'm just kidding. But it just fascinates me that they were going to put their trust in Zedberg here, who was in
Yeah.
Providence last year, and
Yeah.
I don't, for some reason, I just not feeling safe about that.
I mean, I think that the guy has some potential, as does almost anybody, but I don't know about how much I would put my trust in him in terms of playing a good 15 to 20 games this year,
Right,
potentially.
exactly.
I mean, you might see Malcolm Subban a couple of times.
I'm hoping.
I won't be surprised if you do, because
In my opinion, he should be the second
why
string
not?
goalie.
You know, give him a shot or two. Why not give him a chance? I think the guy is going to be definitely better than Svedberg overall. I think
Yeah, yeah.
his potential reach of how far he can go is definitely above that. And I know that in the past I've talked about dealing him and he might not be here too long. I actually hope they do keep him and make him the permanent backup for some time. The only thing is he might actually end up developing into being a goalie that's good enough to be
The
a
starter
starting
once
goalie.
Rask is done.
So, and well, since they've signed Rast to such a lengthy deal, you know that guy, there's no way they're going to keep Malcolm too long if that's going to be the case, because Rask is signed for another 6 seasons, seven
That's
seasons.
true.
So you won't see Malcolm in a Bruins uniform too long if he's going to develop as well as he probably should.
And then again, Rask could go into decline.
That's true. If Rask
That's tough.
sucks in 3 years or suffers a bad injury, this is a chance for Malcolm to step up. The Tom Brady effect, so to speak.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, the always thing you got to think of, anything can happen in the NHL.
Oh yeah,
So, injuries or,
sure.
you
Just
look at the
bad
Minnesota
seasons.
Wild. They looked at like 5 goalies last year.
Oh yeah.
And
And look at the Sharks. They suck with goaltending.
yeah, so, you know, as lucky as we have to have Rask,
Yeah,
playing for us,
sure.
it's just, a relief. It's one thing you really don't have to worry about ever,
Right.
really.
Is you feel like goaltending in Boston
You're
is
like,
a good thing.
all right.
That's one thing you don't have to worry about as much, I'd say, out of
I
all
think,
things
and
considered.
the defenseman, that's been pretty,
It's been consistent.
well depth for
Yeah.
a while now. So,
Yeah, definitely.
you
They're
know,
good with that.
and you look at the forward, you're like, that was good last year and the year before, and then you're like, this year, like, oh shit, who do they really have?
Right.
The funny part is, I'm popping in NHL 15 when it came out last month, and
Right.
playing. I'm looking at the lineups, seeing the lineups for the Bruins. I'm like, holy shit, they really do not have any forwards this year,
It's
do they?
not yeah, you're looking more at a team that's relying on youth, and that's a good and bad thing all at once.
Yeah,
So it can be fantastic because youth movements are a good thing in the NHL because that means long time that you're going to have those guys. But it can also be a couple of years before you're actually at the spot where you really want to be in terms of winning a Stanley Cup. And the Bruins are the kind of team where they want to win a cup now. You know what I mean? They're not the
Right.
kind of team that you want to, they're going to say, oh, yeah, I want to win a cup in 4 years because, some of their best players like Chara and even Bergeron and Lucic and guys who are still, yes, young, to be honest, but they've been around for a long
Oh
time.
yeah.
Um, you want them now while they're in their prime, and Chara while he's still around to win this cup in the next couple of years. You're not going to want to see this team be looking to develop for 2017 or for example. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Exactly.
They're looking to win a cup now.
Time to go now.
Right.
But I mean, kind of going forward, thinking that the Bruins, the team that they have this year right now, I don't really see them winning the cup with the team they have now on paper.
I mean, it doesn't really look like it. I think there'll be a top four in the East.
Yeah.
Um, you're looking at a top four. Okay, they'll be in the top four. I
Top
really
four,
think
top
so.
five.
Yeah, and I think that they'll probably get into the second round.
Yep.
They might even get to the conference finals, but I
I
don't
don't.
think
They'll
they
get
will
past the
get.
conference
I don't
final.
think they'll get to the cup, and I definitely don't think they'll win it this year. That's just a prediction. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I would love to be wrong.
Oh, I would too.
So, I mean, as a Bruins fan, I'd love to be wrong,
You
but
know,
as a hockey fan, I really don't think that they'll
I
go as
always want.
deep.
I always every year I want the Bruins to win the
Yeah,
cup.
sure.
And about you know, I just with that right team they have right now, it just does not look like they have a
Yeah,
run they can go.
a
I could be wrong. These players could
a
develop through
good
a season,
right.
and we could
A
be
good
flying
to
in the
very
cup.
good team, sure. A great team,
Mm.
questionable.
Who knows what's going to happen? It's a long
So,
season. A lot of things can happen. A lot of another blockbuster trade could happen. We
oh
don't we
yeah,
don't know.
definitely.
So I mean,
Yep.
but I'm just gonna throw a bold prediction out here so I have documentation. Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, San Jose Sharks versus the New York Islanders in the Cup Finals this year, and I'm picking the Sharks to win it all this year as a big sleeper.
Hmm.
For most people probably would think I'm crazy right now. As a Bruins fan, I want the Bruins still to win the cup, but I just as a
Right.
sleeper pick right now,
Uh-huh.
I just think the Sharks have it's just their year this year, and they're gonna, you know, they want it this year. I think they're gonna come out
Jets
and
and Devils.
yeah, imagine. At least imagine we get the Final Four right there. Okay.
Aha. Jets and Devils. No. I don't even know I'm not gonna even try to make a pick right now because I just don't know.
I just think
But I
maybe.
feel like a team like Chicago or some of the same teams you've already seen will be up there. Um, LA might have another run, not necessarily really win again, but I think they can definitely get back up and toward the top of the conference. Jesus, I don't know, man. That's hard. And obviously the Rangers are still gonna be a good team.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh,
Philadelphia, they're all gonna give you a run like
Washington
normal.
could be up in that
Oh
mix.
yeah, I think Washington will be better than they were last year. That's for sure. Um,
Tampa Bay.
yeah, the Lightning are solid. Montreal is gonna be good again. Um, Toronto is still a potential. They
Ottawa
could
could
still
come
give you a shot.
surprises this
Yeah,
year.
Ottawa's always
I
a
mean, any
sleeper.
team in the East really has a shot, maybe except Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, Florida's just
Well, Edmonton's probably not going anywhere either.
yeah, that's true. Sorry, Edmonton.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty cool if they did though. I
Yeah,
won't lie, it'd be kind of awesome to
yeah,
see
it would.
something different like that, that you haven't seen in a long time,
You
But
know, but
yeah,
I mean, that's pretty much wrap it up here, guys.
yeah,
Um, we'll be checking in throughout the season. Probably next one come around the Thanksgiving time, and then maybe around January we'll have another one. Um, we're not gonna keep a schedule, but we'll definitely update throughout the season.
yeah, which is fun.
You know,
I look forward to it.
when we get to it, it's not gonna be like we're not gonna stress over it. We're gonna get to it when we get to it, really.
Right.
But anyways, be sure to subscribe to this channel, subscribe to his channel, and be sure to follow us on Twitter. I'll put all the links down in the description for you, so it's nice and easy. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy the season like we do.